Parents, start absconding facilities that do not have first aiders. Start absconding facilities that do not have an emergency response. Because it is your child on the line. And even when you go to these facilities, look for a place where you can see what your kids are doing. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time it is, wherever it is you're watching from, my name is James Kinuthia, founder and CEO at SafePro Limited. I'm the guy who gives you safety tips on how to get to work safely, back home, and even in between. And I even give you safety tips about holidays. And that's exactly what I want to talk about. Now, look around. What is happening? The lights are up. The mascots are up, right? Everywhere you go right now, it's Christmas season. Malls are full to the brim. Play areas, full to the brim. Guys are buying lights, fixing them in their houses. I also have lights that I've already fixed in my own house. But let's talk about what could happen. And I know some of you say I'm the bearer of bad news. Oh, do you love doom? Let's be real. Tuanze hata na nyumbani. Those lights you're hanging, they look like they are two small lights. So everyone assumes, these ones are low voltage, so there is no risk. Let's start with the children and them playing with those cables, them playing with the lights. Now, two things could happen for you during Christmas. Either your child will get into contact with electricity and you'll spend your Christmas in a hospital, or your house will catch fire. All right? None of those is good. Yes, I'm the bearer of bad news. But what am I saying? It's not a prophecy. We are looking at probability. That if you do not do anything about it, it is going to happen. Then, of course, most of you have taken leave so that you can spend quality time with your family. And what have you decided to do? You're going to go ziplining, you're going to go to water parks, you're going to go to play areas, and some of you are even going to go for skydiving. Right? I mean, at different levels. Ni sawa. Whatever activity you engage in, it is okay. But let's talk about the recent happenings, and not just recent. Even a few years ago, you had a student from Strathmore who fell off a zipline. The other day, you had a student from Mutali College. There has been cases in Singapore. There has been cases in the US. People falling off a zipline. All right? Now, every time I've gone to some of these facilities, and I'll not mention the names, you know where you're going. Whether it is on this side of Machakos, on the other side of Kiambu County, I will not mention the facilities. But there's a form we are signing that we are calling a waiver. Right? Where they tell you that whatever happens to you is up to you. Okay? So they're making you sign that waiver. And it is okay to sign it because it is a risk management tool for them. Now let me talk to these facilities and tell you this. A waiver is just a tool for risk management. It is not the first line of defense. It is the last line of defense. It is not your get out of jail card. It is not a shield against any legal action. And I'll tell you this for sure. There is a requirement under the law to ensure that those cables, the wire lines, are actually inspected. There is a requirement under the law to ensure that those harnesses are checked and they are certified. There is a requirement by law to ensure that every rope, tackle, chain, any component of a lifting equipment or that system is actually checked and certified. There is a requirement to check those carabiners. There is a requirement for training. In fact, in Singapore, they jailed the operator simply for not properly harnessing or rather locking the harness for someone they were actually preparing for a zipline. So these people who are coming to your facilities, they'll sign a waiver. But I'll tell you this for free. You're still culpable for negligence. If it is an issue of faulty equipment, uninspected harnesses, uninspected wire ropes, a rope that is not certified for the weight that it is actually lifting. And you know, if you have a safe working load of 100, and you know a human being could even weigh up to 120 kgs, and then you've made me sign a waiver, I mean, I will sue you, and I will be granted by the court, because I'll tell you this, it is not a ticket out of negligence. Do everything you can, get safety expertise to advise you on all the measures that you need to put in place, and then the waiver comes as the last tool in risk management. Because I'll tell you this, most courts will nullify that waiver as long as facts are presented that you did not do all that was required for you to do to prevent that fall, to prevent that accident. Now, let me address even the school institutions, particularly the vocational training institutions. As recently ruled, any student who is on attachment or is in vocational training and they go for team building activities, precedent is there that these cases will be handled as a work-related incident. Now, that's not good news to the employer, but it is bad news actually even to the person participating, because if I were to sue maybe a college under the tort of negligence, I would actually get a higher compensation than I'll get under Waivers. However, for institutions, this is a warning to you. If you have 10 students who get injured, how do you calculate the compensation for a student? This is what the law assumes, that you're going to take this person, if they were an engineering student or even an apprentice, you take a similar role, 5 years experience, that salary is what you use to compensate an apprentice who has gotten injured. So you say they get injured and then you say, oh, they're not even on a salary. How are you going to calculate compensation? It will be calculated as if this person was in a similar role with 5 years experience, and you're going to take percentage disability multiplied by that basic pay a 5-year engineer would actually earn. Then you multiply by 96 months. That is a Waivers claim that will actually be demanded from you as an employer or even as an institution, because that person is actually considered an employee. And to parents, you're going to take your kids to these events. I actually witnessed a child almost die in a swimming pool with a lifeguard next to it in a facility in Athi River. I'll not mention the place. But the child drowned in the full glare of the public, right? And then after they pull the child out of the water is when they're asking, do we have a doctor? Do we have a doctor in this place? Parents, start absconding facilities that do not have first aiders. Start absconding facilities that do not have an emergency response, because it is your child on the line. And even when you go to these facilities, look for a place where you can see what your kids are doing. Watch your kids as they swim. Watch your kids as they play. On that day, as much as you imbibe, limit it. It's not your day, it's the children's day. Let them enjoy, but keep a very keen eye. These facilities don't care about your children. They care about the money you're bringing. Some of them are responsible, and I'm not saying all of them are irresponsible, but majority do not care. They're after your money and your kids' money. So watch out. Ask, be deliberate. Ask them, who is the first aider? Show me the training certificate for the pool attendant. Are they a certified lifesaver? Because there are certifications, even for lifesavers, at the swimming pool. You want to see where is a boy that you'd actually throw to someone in case they are drowning. How are they prepared for emergencies? This festive season, mutenda mujazane huko, there's going to be a disaster. In January, you'll be alone. You'll be alone as you're mourning. So take measures. Take measures, be deliberate, ask the hard questions. Let these facilities start being responsible for what they need to do. And let's hold people accountable. Now, for those people who will feel like you signed a waiver, so you have no right to sue, I'll encourage you, go ahead and sue. Let that be determined by a judge. Because sometimes these waivers are made to cow us down so that you feel like, I gave away my right to sue. Yet in their marketing, they said it is perfectly safe. Then when you're signing this waiver, they start telling you, they are hidden risk. Peleka kotini. Let a judge decide on that issue. Let's not be told that, you cannot be because you go and sue. Even in these waivers, sometimes, what do? They bring in forms and they tell you, kila mtu asaini form na arudisho ndio tuende kwa zipline. Sindio? They should actually give you time to go through the waiver document. They should take you through what you're signing for, so that even if they're saying you're giving away your right to sue, let it not be the reason you did not sue them for giving you a faulty harness, for not checking their cables, for rusted cables that have not been replaced because it is costly and they want to make money from you. So do not throw away the opportunity to get it decided by a judge in a court of law in this country. And let me tell you, some of these rulings become landmark rulings. They actually give an opportunity for others who are in a similar situation, who probably their rights were waived, but now are actually able to come and sue. For children, this is what I'll tell you facilities. You make parents sign a waiver on behalf of their children. But that does not give away the right of this child to come and sue you later if they want to. Right? It's only delegated authority. The parent is signing so the child can come and slide down the water park, or the child can come and do whatever activity. That does not waive the right of the child to come and sue you as a facility if anything happens to them. So what am I saying? Am I pitting parents against facilities? No. I'm simply saying we are all adults, we are all Kenyans, we are all humans. I have already told you 3 reasons why we must invest in health and safety. Number 1 is a moral reason. Be moral enough to care about those children like they are yours. There is a legal reason. We are going to sue you and the law will act. And thirdly, there is a business reason. In fact, I encourage Kenyans, if anything happens to you or your child in a facility, let us know. Bring it on KOT, bring it on our socials. Let's abscond that place so that Kenyans know, and even business people know, there is a consequence for being reckless and for being negligent in your facilities. So it is all of us playing a role. Parents, be careful. Facilities, be careful. Let our children enjoy a good time. Let us enjoy Christmas. Let us enjoy a happy new year. But let us not start mourning simply because someone did not check. A simple checklist, a daily checklist or a weekly checklist to check the harnesses, to check the water slides, to check whatever it is. Even the slides. I mean, a simple swing. Check for the edges. If they have sharp edges, they could hit a child's skull and break it. So you have a responsibility, both as a user and a service provider. Lastly, in our homes, I talked about electricity, and I'm very passionate about this. But not just electricity. We are going to be eating big chunks of meat. It's holiday season. I mean, tutachinja. In fact, I'm sure the animal kingdom is already preparing for mass mourning, because if there's something you're going to do is mass murder of animals. We are about to go for genocide of goats, chicken, and whatever it is. Let us simply just enjoy, because recently I'm actually being told this morning that there was a case of a child who drowned in a bus, or who actually choked, I think, in a bus, and we don't know what to do. And the reason you don't know what to do is because you've not watched our video, and there's a link down here. Go to that video, see what you need to do in case of choking, in case of drowning, and some of these simple things that could actually happen to us at home. So when it comes to first aid, for example, basic first aid, we actually do offer the training at SafePro Limited. So book your slot, bring your nannies. Now this is a holiday season. Before you release them to go to Mashambani, you could actually bring them for a day or two of training. And we'll just handle the basics. We'll not go to the full first aid. We'll not go to emergency childbirth. We'll just handle what? Choking, burns, drowning, simple issues that could actually happen at home. And I've actually even done a video before and asked you, if you received a call, what would you do? So just prepare them. Invest in your own safety. Invest in your own children. So call us, email us, talk to us on our socials, book your training. Thank you.